together, they brought empires together. And so one could be Washita, and you know, if your mother is Washita and your father is Algonquin or Iroquois, then they came together and had you. Well, you're both. However, your bloodline is with your mother. So then your primary tribe would be that of your mother. So those names, it's kind of like saying Moors. Moor is a general name for all of us.
Right. Whether Bantu or whatever the case may be.
Whether Bantu, whether Algonquin, whether Yoruba, whether you know, Washita, Chickasaw, Creek, Indian, you know, any of that.
Mound builders.
Mound builders, Washita, Dr. Mounja, etc. You know, still all Moors. Even the feather-wearing Moors. And the three-piece suit-wearing Moors. Still Moors. So, even though that was considered a mixture, still not a mixture because the bloodline is still ancient on both sides of us.
Islam. I remember because the Empress was talking about Blackfoot. My family is also Blackfoot, but so I did a little bit of research on that. Most of the people that are Blackfoot, the reason why they called them that is because they walked on the hot sand, across the coastline. Okay, we mostly coastal tribesmen and women, and we come from Mississippi, Ohio. Okay, and that they from Mississippi, Ohio. That means we come under our original bloodline come from the Washita, because we split up into multiple tribes like Cherokee, Choctaw, and Chickasaw. Those are the main three tribes that anyone that's Blackfeet or Blackfoot, that's where they came from, according to the research. Like right here, you got Oklahoma Dog. If you go to Oklahoma's Oklahoma Historical Society website, and you put in this dolls, you search dolls up, and then you search your tribe by the last name, and it'll show you what tribe you come from by your last name, your surname. I mean, the surname, Islam.
And you know, a lot of that stuff is not original, not our original records. So we have to kind of, you know, take that, and we can use that if we will to use that as a guide. We can use that.
Yes. It all starts from 18. It all starts from 1756, 1814 to 1911. Then it stops. They stop the record. But you can see when you search that you are correct, Empress, on that. This is when they started taking our family names and doing the corporate dead stuff on us.
And see, we had to agree to be their black bear, by the way, in order for any of that to take place. We had to say, okay, I'll be this Pauline.
You niggas is insane.
You know what I'm saying? So, and now that we know better than that, now that we know not to be their Negro, black, colored, and African Americans, we know better. Don't let them write anything for you. That's what this really means. Do not let them write anything for you. Anything that you see in writing, if you didn't write it, then if you will for it to be applicable, you must write it. Because they can only write for their corpse. They can't write for you and for your person that you own. They can't. And if you let them do it, then they'll apply all that other stuff to to the dead bear. And they'll say, okay, if you want to take that, you can take all of this too. Because we don't want to pay it. That's really what they're saying. So, and here's the thing. When you present your own person that you own, when you present your own person, you will see a whole lot of that stuff that they try to do stop. Because you just don't accept their person. That means if you don't accept their black, Negro colored nigger bear, if you don't accept that as an identity for you or as a utility for you, then they can't apply any of that stuff. And then when you see things that you will to have, for example, I have veterans benefits and things like that from when I served in the military. Well, I don't will that my benefits go through their black bear. So I had to restate and say, this is the one receiving the benefits, not this one. Because see, if I let their black bear receive the benefits, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to say, okay, she's using our debt transmitting utility, so let's transmit some debt through there. Let's transmit a garnishment. Let's throw some more debt on there. It don't matter whether she owe it or not. Let's just throw it because she's claiming this and she's the real creditor.
You mean your disability benefit?
That means that it means that she, my person, this person right here is a minor. This person can't get up and go anywhere. Okay, just so that we're clear about that. This person, this person, the brown bear, does not. This bear can't go to jail. It can't walk. She can't walk. She can't hear. She can't see. All she can do is I use the name of this bear to get things. I'm the one who gets to state that, what this bear does and what this bear receives. And our court is the one who says this bear can't go to jail. Why? We created her. We have the birth certificate. We have the state security number. We have the identification for her. And this one is not a criminal or a debtor.
So,
and see, we can say that because we created her.
Yes,
Empress Aisha and then Justice Willie.
Okay, the question I wanted to clarify before when I was on the screen. So we are the agent, let me see another name, the agent and the fiduciary for our creation.
Yes.
So if we do our creation and say someone is getting levied by IRS or whatever.
Wait a minute. Who are they levying?
The individual that we created.
Okay, let's go back, Empress, because the beneficiary that we created cannot be levied by anyone but us. If we choose to put a levy on our bear, we can do that.
Okay, now when I create myself,
Yeah.
do I put that through the court and send it to whoever I need to send it to?
You have to know who the court is. Who is the court?
I'm the court.
Okay, so then you would just notify anyone else. You
Right.
notify subjects in your subjects. You notify your subjects at those buildings
Okay.
You notify them that you have your own person, that your person is the creditor, and that any other person not created by you is fraud.
Thank you.
That's how you do it.
So we are the fiduciary. Are we also the agent for that person if we want to use the word agent?
If you want to use that word, you can, because a fiduciary is an agent of the government.
Okay. I'm clear now.
Yes, Islam. And here's the thing. This one right here that they created, this black bear that they supposedly created, hopefully you all can see me on the screen. This black bear that they created, we don't even try to tell it what to do. We don't try to tell this one what to do. This one, it's fraud. It can't do anything, is the point. The point is, this one cannot have us go to jail. They put this one up here and say, well, but this is a bear, and the bear has a name that sounds like your name. So if we speak to this bear, then you better answer. No, you better not.
Oh.
What you do is you rebut it with your own. That's the point.
Okay.
Okay, so I was just going to ask.
Islam,
I was next.
may I just...
Justice Willie first, Empress Shasha. Willie.
Yeah, my thing is brief. So basically, it's necessary, you're saying, for us to separate ourselves from commerce and create an instrument for commerce. So that instrument that you've created in the brown bear is just an instrument to do commerce, to interact with anyone in commerce, but we are not ourselves involved in commerce.
We are the fiduciary for all commerce. We're the
Right.
fiduciary for all commerce.
Islam, if I may just interrupt for a quick second, could you unlock so I can go back out and come back in, please, Empress Light?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It's unlocked, Empress. Go ahead, Justice Willie.
Thank you so much.
So technically, it's. I just want to be clear. So, what a lot of us is, a lot of people are doing is just correcting their status and saying, "Well, I am not the black bear. I am the living man, the living woman." And therefore you have no jurisdiction in your court over the living man, and they do know that they have no jurisdiction over the living. That's why you declare that in their court. However, if you go and you use that puppeteer black bear to use that to let them trick you into saying you are it, and you go answering that yes you are it, then now. And you're there to defend, then now you have found yourself into a problem. As you say, they can put you to jail. Worse, if you take on a lawyer, the lawyer works for the crown. Therefore, the lawyer...
Crown, not the crown. We're the crown.
Well, they're crown. They believe themselves the crown. The fake crown.
Okay.
Right, yeah. So they claim that...
Go ahead.
Yeah, they claim that they are the lawyers. When you take on a lawyer, the black bear now become the lawyer now can say, hey, I'm gonna do something for the black bear. Yeah, the black bear is the lawyer is gonna say, you know what, the lawyer gonna say to the black bear, guess what? You were gonna get 15 years, but I do some work because you're paying me fiat, and now you're only gonna get 3 years. And you say, yay, yippee, I got a deal. When technically you have just put yourselves and make it easy for them to throw your ass in jail. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So these lawyers, what they have done, I figured this thing out, let me tell you how simple it is, and I know I said it already, I'm going to say it again.
Paying your taxes and see how far you...
So what they have done, listen to the
Stop
trick.
paying
They
your
have
taxes, Pauline.
No,
Yeah. So what they have technically done, okay, They create corporation. A corporation is a thing, a name on a piece of paper. It cannot speak. It's like the black bear. So what they do, say, you know what? But I can speak for the black bear. So the lawyer speak for the corporation. So technically, what I see you doing is you're basically mimicking their thing in the sense that you are creating your beer as well, and you are being the lawyer, so to speak, or the fiduciary for the voice for it. So it's equal match. But the problem is when you now go to the corporation as the woman without that defense in front of you, that beer in front of you, and you open yourself up, and that's where the problem I see lies. So I like the idea you're saying when you have something to do commerce, and that's your instrument to do commerce with anybody for that matter.
Yeah. 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 You must create your own in order for, see, the black bear cannot use gold, silver, so it couldn't possibly be constitutional. It's against the law to be black because it's created by the debtors, the fiat debtors, okay? So now what we do is we create the real, and we can use our own money to do whatever we're going to do. And it's 100% valid. 100% valid. See, even the system won't argue with you when you do it that way. And here's the thing, and we've stated this before, but we'll go ahead and state it again. The system recognizes bears. Let's just say that the system recognizes bears. Okay, we can say it that way. It's going to recognize either one of them, depending on who's speaking. But it's not going to recognize both of them at the same time, because that's confusion and war. So the system is going to pick the one that's most competent. So you create the living system by writing the process. And see,
that just sounds like a bunch of excuses.
That's why we write the process for things like light bills and how a driver's license is supposed to work, and how license plates are supposed to work, and all of that. We write that out. And when we write that out, then the system will recognize when our bear comes.
If your husband,
because there's a process for it. We put the process on there. Otherwise, it's going to say, okay, I don't see a living process. I only see the suggestions by the blacks. So we have to go with what the blacks say until someone properly rebuts the blacks, the Negroes and the colors and the niggers. Sorry, but that's what it is. Not sorry. So the system, we literally create the system when we write those things, and then all we do is send notification by court action, and it must be. It can't not happen. Because we're sending ancient laws. And the ancient will always supersede the dead, the black, the Negro, the colored, the foreign, the modern. The ancient always supersedes that. Always. So, of course,